You see this kid? You've probably saw them at least once, though perhaps you have no idea where they come from. And today I'm here to try and bring you to our Nico cult. I mean, to be one more video telling you to play Oneshot. Oneshot is a game that will change your vision about video games. It's a unique experience that you will not forget anytime soon. It's the type of game I cannot just explain to you. You have to experience it by yourself. It's a game that's best played as blind as you can be. But this is a YouTube video, so I have to proceed to try to explain the game and convince you to play it, regardless of anything I just said. So let's get into it. Oneshot is a RPG Maker style game developed by Future Cat that was released in 2016. In this game, you help Nico, this adorable little child here, adventure into a dark, mysterious place they just woke up to, learning more about the decaying state of the world and its residents as you complete your quest as a savior. It's also a puzzle game. Yes, I can hear you groaning. Believe me, I don't generally really like puzzle games either, but Oneshot has to be a puzzle game for it to work. You may get stuck here and there sometimes. I got stuck in the first room when I first played, and we don't talk about that. But a puzzle game has to be good for me to recommend it. Though this is far from being the aspect that makes Oneshot a great game, which brings me to my next point. You have no idea how hard it is to explain why this game is so good without ruining the cleverness of the surprise. Do you remember when Doki Doki Literature Club was out back in 2017 and everyone tried to recommend this extremely generic looking dating sim while trying their hardest to avoid saying, "Hey, it's actually a very intelligent meta horror game hidden behind the coat of cute anime girls"? That's exactly the feel I get recommending Oneshot to people. All I can tell you is the way this game breaks the fourth wall is extremely clever, as a resource to get you much more invested in the main character, the lore, and in a character that doesn't even appear explicitly in game, but has tons of foreshadowing and mentions. Think of Oneshot as the hybrid child between Undertale and Doki Doki, but in a more unique and adventurous way. The game was, in a way, even more fourth wall breaking before the Solstice update, which you literally only had one shot. You couldn't even close the game, or Nico will just downright die and you couldn't play the game anymore. Thankfully, for anyone who unwillingly had to turn off their computer before ending the game, the Solstice update exists. They not only made it so Nico doesn't die when you have to close the game, but also added a completely new post-endgame route, similar to the dynamic we have in the neutral and pacifist runs in Undertale. And that shit was amazing! They forgot they were supposed to be subtle about the lore implications, and just threw it all on us. And I stayed under the rain and ate that shit up. Don't get me wrong, the game was already an unforgettable experience, with only the original route. And I would still recommend it, even without Solstice, but it definitely adds a whole lot to the experience. The game is heavily focused on lore, its characters, exploration, and puzzle solving, so it doesn't have a single battle. Just making sure you know what you are getting into. Don't say I didn't warn you about it. If complex and emotional lore and character moments is what you really enjoy, then go get the game right now. The soundtrack is very atmospheric and immersive. You've been listening to some parts of it during this video. The characters are full of life and personality. The comedy is used very well, and I can guarantee you that by the end of this game, you will be attached to Nico. They're a distinctive protagonist. Not a single other game made me feel like a character was so real. In many ways I cannot say because I want to be as spoiler free as possible, but also in how their emotions seem so legitimate of a lost child who is told that they are the messiah of this dying world. Nico is an amazingly constructed character on their own, and for many other reasons, you will not forget about this kid soon. I can tell you that, aside this extra road, the game doesn't really have any replayability. It's such a special experience that I don't want to touch it myself ever again. It would even kind of ruin it for me. So, if you play games with that in mind, One Shot's not a game for you. It's, well, a one shot game. You play it once. You have the memories once. And there's something magical and nostalgic about the fact you have to just let Nico go after these brief moments you spent together. I know this game is currently out for PC and Nintendo Switch, and they plan to port it for other consoles as well. I would personally recommend having this experience playing on a computer if you have the choice, but I don't know how they handle the Word Machine port on the Switch. Maybe it is actually good, but I would say PC is safer for a lighter experience, considering all the powerful breaks. And even if you end up playing the game and not thinking it's that big of a deal as it is for me and many others, you only have spent like $10 and roughly 10 hours of your life. And if you do enjoy it, you will have an extraordinary experience you will not forget. This game is a hidden gem, vastly underappreciated, and extremely little well known compared to other indie games of similar impact. So, I would like to ask you, give this game a try, or rather, give it one shot, will you? What are your thoughts about One Shot? Have you ever played it? Tell us your opinion about this indie game on the comments below. And if you like this video, I would ask you to consider liking and subscribing. We are a pretty fresh channel, but we plan to get more video essays, reviews, and silly nerd talk out there in the vast YouTube sea. So, hope you enjoy it and see you next time.